Welcome to another day in the Matrix. Waters above crypto. Got a nice rebound today for all the cryptocurrencies after yesterday's red pill, blood in the streets. Today we're going to do some experimental technical analysis using a fractal pattern from XLM stellar lumens to see if we can determine future price action for XRP. Something that might be a little interesting. It's a lot more experimental, something you haven't seen me done before, so could be interesting for you guys. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of Gematria Numerology and Astrology to understand these markets. If you haven't already subscribed and you like what we're doing here, please feel free to subscribe, give this video a like, and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. Also, there's a promo code in the pinned comment below if you're interested in joining the Mastermind course with lifetime access. This Mastermind course is my crystal ball. It's where I teach my strategies of technical analysis and Gematria so they can be used together to make accurate predictions of the dates and price targets before they happen. My email's in the description box if you want to join the Mastermind course using the promo code. Just send me an email and we'll get you signed up. So before we get into the charts, I want to do a quick decode of something I think might be interesting for all of you guys. So if you're ready for the red pill, let's get into it. So tomorrow's date numerology written out as 4/9/2021 being the 18. This will be for April 9th, 2021. And this 18 is really interesting, especially the fact that it's happening tomorrow, because tomorrow is a Friday, right? And that would be Venus, or in Spanish, Viernes. So we have the tomorrow being the day of Venus in the month of Venus. As you can see here, April was sacred to the goddess Venus. So we're in the month of Venus, and tomorrow is Viernes, Friday, or Venus. And then we're getting a match with the 18 and Venus with the 18. So this is something that I like to do where I include the astrology into all of this work. And I think this is going to be really, really interesting to see how this all unfolds, because Venus has a perfect 4-cipher match with Theta. As you can see here, we have the 54, 54, 18s, 81, 81, and 27, 27. And one other thing that's super interesting is that Theta has all 4 ciphers reducing down to 9. Okay, and tomorrow is April 9th. So we have 3x Venus, 18 date numerology, Venus and Theta matching perfectly, and all of the ciphers reducing down to 9 on April 9th. So I believe that Theta might have a really good day tomorrow. I'm not making any predictions. I'm not telling anyone to buy Theta. This isn't financial advice, but let's just see how this plays out, because this could be really insightful for people that are new here that think that all of this Gematria numerology stuff doesn't work, because I think that we've done a good enough job here at exposing that this is pretty much the ultimate way to figure out and predict what's going to happen before it happens. So with that being said, tomorrow, April 9th, the date numerology equaling 18, coming back to Venus for Friday, and in the month of April, the month of Venus, connecting with all 4 ciphers to Theta token, and Theta reducing down to 9 on the 9th day of April. Let's get into this XLM fractal that I was talking about. So what I did was, and of course this is completely experimental, this isn't like what I typically show you guys, but I think it's something that could add some extra value into the open-mindedness of what you can do when it comes to technical analysis. So I went over here and took a bars pattern, and that bars pattern I copied from this breakout right here on January 3rd on XLM stellar lumens. And then I took that and went all the way till today's date. And then I went ahead and I copied it, right? And then I'm going to go to this XRP chart right here, and I applied it so that it matched perfectly. So I just go over here and press paste. And then I move it up to where it matches pretty much with the top price, right? And I want to look a little bit deeper into how all of this might play out. Again, it's kind of interesting to see how all of this might play out because this is just me copying a fractal. So it doesn't have to be reality, it doesn't have to actually work. It's just something interesting that I think we could look into. So please go back and watch some of my other videos if you're new here, because you would have seen the one where I was discussing how the month of April is a very bullish month for XRP, and I'll show you right here. So this is the monthly chart, right? And after we hit this all-time high of $3.30, of course that varies on multiple charts, we crashed down quite significantly, but then out of nowhere, this month of April was really good. Look at that, 65%. And if you go back and watch that video, that was before we even broke out. I was talking about how I was really bullish for the month of April for XRP, and I said that XRP would hit $1 in April about a month ago, and we called it. So I'm just going back and using the technical analysis, which is looking back at the data of the past, and excuse me, it's pretty interesting how this all worked out pretty much exactly, right? So far we're seeing a 72% gain this month in the candle body, and in the month of April we saw a 65% gain. Beautiful, right? This is working out exactly as we hoped. So I'm going to go back to the daily chart. I'm going to zoom out and see what we could use here from this fractal. And also, why was I using that fractal? Why am I looking at XLM to determine XRP? And what I believe was this moment right here where XRP went from 25 cents down, or sorry, excuse me, 78 cents down to 17 cents was all planned. It was theater. They used the SEC FUD and all that stuff going on there to create a problem so they could bring their solution. And all the people buying down here were geniuses, right? That's basically how this goes. Whenever something negative happens in this cryptocurrency market with something as lucrative as XRP, you could pretty much guarantee it and write it off as nonsense. And it just is what it is. So I decided to use the fractal of XLM because XLM has about 650% gains from the month of November to the top. And what that would look like would actually supersede where we're at right now. But again, this is just me being open-minded, right? So if we go from the 17 cent to this up here, we're looking at about 700% gains. And that would be pretty equivocal to the move that XLM has done since breaking out. Now, the suppression of XRP, creating it this lower price, is making me think, well, you know, XRP and XLM are tethered together pretty much, so let's try to just entertain this fractal as a possibility. And what it's showing me is pretty amazing stuff because, one, it's showing us a dip, and this dip comes back to exactly this wick high and this wick high. So this 76-cent wick high back in September of 2018 is not insignificant because we've wicked up to it twice during this current bull cycle, right? So anyone who's been listening to my analysis has said that I'm anticipating a back test of these 75-ish cent levels, and that would be extremely bullish. And if I zoom into this fractal and get really close, let's go to the 6 hour so we can get even more clarity of what's going on here. You can see that this breakout in a straight line was almost identical, and what it's showing me right here is that there is a potential pullback happening in the next couple days. Doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but in the next couple days potentially, to around the 76 cent level. Again, XRP and Ripple have let's go to the Gematria calculator so I can just show you real quick. This way I don't have to tell you anything. So 76 is the pure cipher for Ripple, right? So that would make so much sense to me if we saw a pullback to the 76 cent level. And that 76 cent level would also be back testing some of these wick breakouts that we saw in November and the wick premature breakout we saw in early February. That would be extremely technical, and it would be as bullish as it gets. And if you see right here, there is potential for it to come back and play around a little bit in mid-April. And this structure right here where you see this W breakout formation is actually another very technical thing. So what this would do is make an M. This M pattern would have this support right here at this 72 cent level. So that's support right there. and then it would form a W right here. And then once it passes this high, you can anticipate continuation. And this continuation literally starts in late April, moving into May. And we could potentially anticipate a new high this year around the first day of May. And that would actually also make sense, because if I go to my ciphers and I pull up the Chaldean and I type in XRP, we get 15, right? And April 1st would be the 51 or the 15 date numerology. So May 1st might be our new high, and when we start heading up. But for now, we could be chugging along this 90 cent, 80 cent level. And again, this isn't me saying this will happen. This is just the technicals, and also utilizing some experimental technical analysis to sort of have another crystal ball moment, you know, where we could look into the past of something else that's gone on and apply it to the future and see how it works out. And this flip of support around here at that 70 to high 70s to 80 cent level would be so bullish for XRP. Anyone who wants it to go straight up in a line, doesn't know anything, you don't want this, okay? You don't. Because this shit will crash back down as fast as it went up. So everyone out there that's so bullish on XRP out of nowhere and they've been quiet up until this breakout, you know, those people are going to start coming out, getting people to FOMO. And that's just silly. Like, you need to build support. And if you look at this fractal, this is beautiful. Look at how this would operate. And then come back and back test this 90 cent level, which was established back here. The XLM chart actually looks insanely bullish when you think about it, like when you think about it from a technical perspective. You see how these wick down moments right here and right here in May and June could potentially be back testing this as a new support. This is great. And we would still get around a $1.40 XRP. And think about a $1.40 XRP would make a ton of sense because of the 14. And if you were watching the video I made on April 5th, where we called the prediction of a $1 XRP in April, we got it because it was the 1-4 date numerology. So you have April as the 4th month, 5 as the day, and 2021 equaling the 14. And this day right here starts the 14th week of the year. So we know that this number 14 is very, very important in XRP. So a $1.40 XRP happening on a ritual date, which I'll cover in my mastermind course for the private group, because I have some insights onto how that'll all roll out. But I don't necessarily believe that we'll be seeing that like $3 XRP until this cycle matures. And it shouldn't. It should spend all this time around $1 because it needs to build that support. It has no support in that dollar range. So I'm just going to quickly look at the XLM chart, then we're going to go to Bitcoin for 1 second and then wrap up this video. So with this fractal being disregarded, and I'll go to the daily chart, this keeps playing out in XLM over and over again. And I've been telling everyone in the mastermind, what happens is it hits a new level, then it goes sideways and down and has a dip. Before that dip, after that dip comes in, we go parabolic. So again, straight line, nice and slow, final little dip, parabolic. Same thing happened here. It's happened time and time again. Straight line, moving down, nice little dip into the backup, and then it starts moving up. And I anticipate this to happen pretty much over and over and over again, because this is that type of cryptocurrency that does this. It's a fractal pattern that plays out for a specific group of cryptos. I think Algorand was another one. No, there's one more. It might be LBC token. That was just yeah, like this. You see this? Of course, it's more exaggerated because this is a lower cap cryptocurrency, but you see how it just keeps stair-stepping like this over and over again? So that's something that lower cap altcoins do. And it's interesting to see how XLM does it. But I think that this pattern for XLM, since this breakout right here, is going to play itself out for XRP. And I would actually be really happy if it did, because it's technical. It has nothing to do with my opinion. or anything else. So quickly, let's just look at Bitcoin, because this does matter at this time. We are seeing a very bullish rebound today in the market. And like I mentioned in the previous video, this golden pocket has been a hell of a battleground for Bitcoin. And as long as Bitcoin maintains sideways in this low 60,000 to high, $50,000 area, all the altcoins are going to do pretty well. If Bitcoin breaks this trend line right here, this red trend line, I anticipate a quick move down to 50, and then the whole market structure would be potentially a flash crash. So I'm not saying there will be a flash crash. I'm just saying that's something to look out for. But this market is bullish as shit right now. So the odds are we're just going to go do something like this. And then on the 14th of April, I'm anticipating really bullish moves. We could have a little bit of turmoil between there and April 14th, but I'm looking for April 14th to be pretty nice for Bitcoin and for a basket of other cryptos. So tomorrow, Theta could blast off. I don't know, not financial advice, not telling anyone what to do, but the beginning of this video I think is pretty compelling to show you that Gematria Numerology line up with the astrology of Venus and Theta. It's looking pretty nice. So, yep, XRP, it needs to chill out. It should come back and backtest that high 70-cent level. Bitcoin probably going to play around in this golden pocket before it's ready to send off. I'm still looking for a $70,000 Bitcoin in the month of April. And besides that, enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Much love.